for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah. What's up? It's that boy Coach Malachi Williams in the building. We back. New media today, USA Boxing. We back, dog. Yes, y'all. We are back. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. But we're going to have a damn good show today. The old boy feeling good, man, and I feel like teaching today. I really do, man. I try to do something a little different that a lot of the other boxing content creators don't do. You know what I mean? I'm not the most, I don't look at myself as a historical boxing historian because I'm not. You know what I mean? I know a lot about the sport of boxing, and I just always try to bring it and deliver it in a way that, people can understand it. I am the antidote to fanboyism. You see what I'm saying? If you are a fanboy and you are sick and you are deluded and you need help being resurrected from your mental grave of fanboyism, I am the doctor that you need to see because I am uncut. I get straight to the point, and sometimes the medicine is a little too strong, but the medicine is necessary, right? So we're going to talk about this today, man. We're going to get into this Tyson Fury thing. And we got my main man, Jamel Herring, and Jamel Herring. Shakur Stevenson had a weigh-in today. Well, had a face-off today, and they're going to have their weigh-in tomorrow. We're going to talk about that real heavy as well. You know what I mean? But the question I have is, will Tyson Fury fight Dillian Whyte next, or will he duck him? Now, I already know. I know you guys very well. When I say you guys, I mean you fanboys. Not everybody in the chat. Everybody in the chat is my family. But, we do have fanboys and stuff like that. And I know these guys very well. You know what I mean? I think I am a kung fu master when it comes to figuring out fanboys, right? So I pretty much know how to bring them out, right? And I am going to give you the medicine and the antidote that you need today, right? But let's keep going. Now, before we get into this, shout out to everybody who's watching this on Facebook. Shout out to everybody who's watching this on Twitter. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the like button. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button for the old boy. Church is in session. You know what I mean? Church is in session today. And class is in session, and we're going to get it in, all right? Okay. Now, let's go. Now, let's see. Let's go ahead and do this, man. Shout out to Don Charles.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Andy C.
Hey, okay.
As a matter of fact, I'm jumping ahead of myself, guys. Bear with the old boy for a minute. Let's give everybody a round of applause who was here in the chat today. Back to what I was saying. Shout out to the Paul Evans.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Ava as well.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to, let's see. Shout out to Leon Musa. What's happening, bro?
Hey, okay.
Shout out to John McSmith. What's going on?
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Victor Bada. What's happening?
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Caesar Bennett with the link read.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Mark Nash. What up, my G?
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Hector Garcia. What's happening, bro?
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Wilder Snooze until this day.
To this day!
What the link read.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to my brother Charlo.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to John Mayfield. What's going on, fam?
Hey, okay.
Shout out to who else we have in the building? Shout out to the Queen Lisa Bells.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to who else we have? Lil Bullet. What's going on, fam? Don't shoot nobody.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Arm. ARM.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Tom Sellers. What's going on, fam?
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Halim in the building.
Hey, okay.
Oh yeah, Halim, boy. Oh, Halim. Oh, Halim. Oh, I got some stuff I got to share with you guys today about Don King. Oh my God, this dude here. Woo! When it comes to the devil, you race hustlers. Oh, I got something for you today.
Hey, okay.
You skin color pushing politicians. I got something for you today.
Hey, okay.
Yeah, you ooh. I'm 38 hot right now. Not 38 hot, I'm 38 hot. Let's go. Shout out to Tom Sellers. Shout out to my brother Charlo. Shout out to who else we have in the building. Smile back if you're ugly.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Rider of the Storm. What's going on, fam?
Hey, okay. okay.
Shout out to Chick. What the lick read, baby?
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Dan. What's going on, my brother?
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Rob Real Shows.
Hey, okay.
Remember, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. This is the bring them out, right?
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Vic 76. What's happening?
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Pugilism. What's going on, fam?
Hey, okay.
Shout out to DSV in the building.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Ricky VW. Shout out to Perfect Punch Boxing. Shout out to Perfect Punch Boxing out there in the UK. Jamie and them boys out there doing their thing in the UK, man. Y'all go check the old boy out over there, man.
Hey, okay.
Let's see who else we have. Shout out to Bruce Goals.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Ben Adams. One thing about me, boy, I come with receipts, boy. I am the receipt master. You know what I mean? Shout out to John Doe. What up, Doe?
Hey, okay.
George H. What the lick read?
Hey, okay.
Bruce Goals. Let's see. I think that's it. I think we got everybody. Shout out to Lee. Shout out to Arnold. What's going on, fam? Tyson fanboy here. Yes, if you are a Tyson fanboy, I am here to give you the medicine that you may need today.
Hey, okay.
It's gonna be it might be a rough one today. Might be a rough one for today for you. Shout out to Mike Ocho.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Miami Kid. No, it ain't gonna be that bad. It ain't gonna be that bad today. Shout out to Miami Kid. What's going on, fam?
Hey, okay.
Uncle Dave Zilla with the league read.
Hey, okay.
Kelly Malia.
Hey, okay.
Thomas Jones. What's going on, fam?
Hey, okay.
Let's see what else we got. Yeah, what's going on, fam?
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Jonathan. What's happening?
Hey, okay.
Jeff Luciano with the lick read. Not. What's happening, bro?
Hey, okay.
Graham Taylor. What's going on?
Hey, okay.
Mueller's 27. Yes. Luke Kelly. What's happening?
Hey, okay.
Yeah, man. JBN. What's going on, bro? Yeah. Rick Scott with the lick read.
Hey, okay.
With the lick read. Let's see what we have here. No, Hernan, what's going on, fam?
Hey, okay.
Major Key Boxing, what's happening, bro?
Hey, okay.
Not, what's going on? Uncle Dave Zilla, Javon Soto with the league read.
Hey, okay.
And I think that's it, man. I think that's it. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. Let's get into this, man. Let's get into this. Now, the question I have is this. Now, we know that Dillian Whyte suffered an injury against, shout out to Sporting Icons. I haven't, he dropped something that I kind of figured, but it was this, as it relates to this particular subject matter, I think he has a little bit more insight on this particular subject matter because of his relationship with Dillian Whyte on that side of the team, that he know a little something more about this subject matter than I did. So, shout out to that brother there, man. He clarified something for me that I wasn't sure about, but he put a video out today and just clarifying something. And I'm gonna tell you exactly where I'm coming from with this, right? Now we know that Dillian Whyte has injured his shoulder. He chose to fight Otto Wallin. Was not mandated by the WBC. It was a decision that he made all on his own. He chose to fight Otto Wallin, right? Choice. I hope you guys understand what choice means. He chose, not mandated, not ordered. He made a choice to fight Otto Wallin, right? So I hope we got that word clear. I don't want to have to break it down to the least common denominator and try to look up what the definition of choice means. He chose, right? So let's go, right? So now, Dillian Whyte was not mandated by the WBC to fight Otto Wallin. We know this. Yesterday, we talked about, hey, is Dillian Whyte trying to duck Otto? Big Otto. He's trying to duck him, right? And I was like, and I asked the question, damn, well, why would he duck a guy who he chose to fight? A guy who's not even in the top 15, I don't think. And he said, hey, you know what? Out of all the fighters he could have fought, he picked to choose to fight. He said, I'm going to pick Otto Wallin. So it doesn't make sense to me for me to pick you to fight you and then turn around and duck you, right? But I get the narrative. I get it. If you don't like Dillian Whyte, yeah, man, this is what it was. He picked him and then he realized he was going to lose. And so he changed his mind, had to change the heart. Okay. And if you believe that, there's nothing wrong with that. Continue to run with that narrative. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Now, Dillian Whyte was not mandated by the WBC to fight Otto Wallin. So once Whyte recovers from his injury, I do not know the extent of his injury. I don't know if he's going to need surgery or what. I don't know. I don't know if he really has an injury or if he doesn't have an injury. I don't know that, guys. I'm just being completely honest with you. You see what I'm saying? But he doesn't have to fight Otto Wallin, right? Whyte can go right ahead and push for a fight with Tyson Fury. Why? Because the WBC has mandated that fight to happen. Dillian Whyte is the interim WBC heavyweight champion. Intern means that you are the next guy in line to fight for the main title, right? Okay. Why? As I said before, because Dillian Whyte is the WBC interim heavyweight champion. We know this, right? Now, we have been hearing things from Frank Warren about Tyson Fury might consider retiring if he can't get Oleksandr Usyk in the ring. I have also, and we have also, some of us have been hearing things from John Fury. You know, John Fury has also said that no one in the heavyweight division can beat his son. He's supposed to say that. That's his son. That's his personal bias. When John Fury says something, does it make it law? No. When he says it in a mean voice and a heavy, husky voice, and he looks dead serious, does that mean that what he says is law and that's what it is? No. Take into consideration, John Fury is the father of Tyson Fury. So he is supposed to say that his son is the best in the history of the sport of boxing. He's King Kong, Godzilla, Mothra, he's all of that. He's supposed to say that. There's nothing wrong with that. Because if it was me, I would probably say the same goddamn thing. To be fair, right? Now, so basically he's saying that John Fury said that no one in the heavyweight division can beat his son, and the Usyk fight is the only fight that makes sense for Tyson Fury, in his opinion, right? Keyword opinion. If Tyson Fury decides to fight Dillian Whyte in the UK, which would be great, I believe that that will be a massive fight in the UK, since Fury has never sold out a major venue in his boxing career, right? Hasn't sold out a major venue in his boxing career, and even in his home, even in this country, in the UK, I don't think that he's ever sold out a major venue in his career. So I think that Dillian Whyte and Tyson Fury, that would be a fight that a lot of fans would love to see. I know I'd be excited about it because I know that that's going to be a war. I believe that. I would like to believe that, right? Now, this fight is between two countrymen, two guys from the UK. This fight between two countrymen guys would be a massive fight. Also, Fury and Whyte, a Fury and Whyte fight would be good for the sport of boxing. You see what I'm saying? And according to sporting icons, salute the sporting icons again, Dillian Whyte's mandatory status for the WBC title is not contingent upon him having to fight Otto Wallin. Let's stop right there. Why is that important? Because yesterday I had some people telling me that Dillian Whyte was mandated to fight Otto Wallin, and that the only way he's going to be able to get a shot at Tyson Fury, he is going to have to fight Otto Wallin and win that fight in order to get a shot at Tyson Fury. Well, guess what, guys? That is not true. It's not true, right? Now, Otto Wallin's promoter would like for the WBC to reschedule the Wallin fight for Whyte. Understandably so, he should want to do that. Man, look here, man, I need you guys to step in and make Dillian Whyte reschedule this fight. You see what I'm saying? Make him reschedule this fight. So I know that Dillian Whyte can go ahead and once he heal up, go fight for a title with Tyson Fury, but we don't care nothing about that. You know what I mean? I just want to get my client to get in there and fight this guy, and if he can beat him, then he's in that position. There's nothing wrong with that. There's also nothing wrong with fighting Otto Wallin at a later date. Say, Otto, check this out, baby boy. I'm finna go ahead and fight. Once my shoulder healed, I'm gonna go ahead and fight Tyson Fury. Right? And then after Fury, if I win or lose, then you can get the fight next. You see what I'm saying? We can do that, right? No, we want to fight him now. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not on neither side of the fence, right? I'm not on either side of the fence as it relates to that. I understand it clearly. But if the fight was not mandated by the WBC, I repeat, if the fight, the key word is if the fight was not mandated by the WBC, it would be hard for Otto's promoter to force a fight between him and Otto Wallin and Dillian Whyte to happen right now. But who knows? When it comes to Mauricio Sulaiman, anything is possible. Let's talk about it. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, and subscribe. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, and subscribe. Let's go over here to the chat. We're going to talk to the chat today. We're going to talk to the chat today, and we're going to break it down like a 57 Chevy. Now, let's keep going. Jonathan says undisputed. The undisputed match is not going to happen because we know that Oleksandr Usyk and my main man Anthony Joshua and Oleksandr Usyk has a rematch, and they're fighting each other in a rematch. We know that. We know that, right? Fury, Wilder, Joshua, Whyte, Usyk, not to mention a few others aren't getting any younger. You say when they're going, when they're going, who's left? Hope the heavyweight division does go back to the wilderness days. Oh, you saying you hope it doesn't go back to the wilderness days? Okay. Mueller's 27. So I'm from the UK and don't want to see Whyte versus Fury. I want to see AJ versus Fury. Okay. Okay. Unfortunately, you know, somebody like Dillian Whyte who wants to have a shot at the title and he is the interim champion, you know, he wants a shot at that title and he deserves a shot at that title, to be fair. Any fighter who's put in work, I don't give a damn who it is. What is Dillian Whyte? What is Derek Chisora? What is Deontay Wilder? What is Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez? It doesn't matter who it is. In my opinion, if you put in the work and you've been in the mandatory position for 3.5 years, you lost the spot when you got knocked out and you came back and avenged the loss, and now you're back in that position again. You know, that person deserves you know, a shot. I'm pretty sure if you don't want to see Fury versus Whyte, I'm pretty sure you didn't want to see Fury versus Sefa Safari. I'm pretty sure you didn't want to see Fury versus Otto Wallin, but we still got that fight. I'm pretty sure you didn't want to see Fury versus hold on, let's see. Let me look this up. Let me look this up, guys, because I forgot some of these guys Fury fought. So I'm pulling it up right now. I'm pretty sure you didn't want to see Fury fight Tom Schwartz. Pretty sure you didn't want to see Fury fight Francesco Pineda. I'd rather see Fury fight Dillian Whyte than these guys. And we had to suffer through that, then guess what? We can, you know what I mean? Zolife813, he said, where can I cop my sweater from, coach? Hey, click the link in the description. I'm going to show you guys right now. This is where you can cop the sweater from. Bear with the old boy for a minute. You get what I'm saying, though, brother? Like Mueller's, you get what I'm saying? Like, let's see. Hold on. Here we go. Here we go, fam. This where you can get the sweater from, fam. This where you can get the sweater from. Anybody want the old hoodies, man? Y'all holler at the old boy. New Media Today, USA Boxing.store. You can see it right here. New Media Today, USA Boxing.store. We don't have hats. We don't have the snapbacks right now. Snapbacks is us working on that. This is what we have, guys. These are the sweaters, guys. This is it right here. This is it right here, guys. You want to buy the hoodies, sweaters, go ahead. They're right there. You know, we got the gray, yada, yada, yada. But let's move on. Click the link in the description, Zolife, my brother. I appreciate that. Let's go ahead and get this super chat out the way. Shout out to WM.
Hey, okay.
We're dropping that 449. Bam, pound on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said Fury will be elevated to the franchise champion and Whyte will fight Ruiz or Joyce for the vacant title. You know what? No, the title won't be vacant. By Dillian Whyte being the interim champion, he will automatically be elevated to champion status. Same thing that happened to Devin Haney. Once the champion refuses for whatever reason to fight his mandatory, the interim champion, the belt, or he drops the belt, the belt automatically goes to the interim champion, and his status changes from interim champion to the full champion. If that's the case, right? Now we don't know if Fury will be elevated to the franchise champion. We don't know that, but you know what, no, brother, you might be right. You know, we're dealing with Mauricio Sulaiman. Pugilim said, "May the Schwartz be with you." Spaceballs. He said he beat the Mr. Bofongo said he beat, what you say, fam? You say he beat the snot out of Schwartz, though. Yeah, you know what I mean? But my thing is this here. I'm pretty sure you didn't want to see that fight, but we got it. That's all I'm saying. Barbo said rubbish title. Dillian Whyte just ducked Wallin fake injury. Well, sir, might be rubbish title. You might not like it, but I'm asking a question. If you are a fanboy of Tyson Fury, sir, you can stay here so I can heal you of your fanboyism, or you can leave. Really doesn't make me any difference, to be honest with you. To be fair. Shout out to Pete Gary.
Hey, okay.
Dropping that 449. Bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over,
He said White versus Wallin and 100% not getting rescheduled. Look how said canceled. Now look how it says canceled, not postponed. Well, Otto Wallin's promoter is trying to get it rescheduled. The only problem is it hasn't been mandated by the WBC. So if it wasn't mandated by the WBC, guess what? He's going to have a tough time trying to get that fight rescheduled. But who knows? We're dealing with Mauricio Suleiman. Anything is possible. Anything is possible, right? Just asking a question. See, these fanboys, when you ask a question, they automatically go on defense mode and they get their panties in the bunch. They thongs go to getting all up their crack and they go to, oh, wait a minute. I don't like the title. What is he trying to say? Because the fanboy don't came out. Remember, I am the fanboy killer. This is what I do. If you are a fanboy and you are sick and deluded from fanboyism, well, if you get triggered by me asking a question about your favorite fighter who you're a fanboy of, I am the doctor to heal you. This is the church of New Media Today USA Boxing, and I am the good Reverend Pastor Coach Malachi Williams. I'm just asking a question. That's all I'm asking. I hope I'm making myself clear today. I hope I am. Hope I am. But anyways, doesn't make me know, never mind. He said, I would prefer White versus Joyce, and he would be the mandatory for 2 belts. Okay, let me ask you a question. Why wouldn't you, if you are a Tyson Fury fan, what problem do you have with Dillian Whyte, who is the interim champion? What problem would you have Dillian Whyte and Tyson Fury fighting each other? If it has been ordered by the WBC for that to happen, they have 90 days to come to an agreement for a date for a fight. What issue would you have with that? This is for the brothers in the UK. I understand you guys trust me, I understand you guys very well. I get it. Boy, I get it. But I'm just asking the question. I get it. There's only one Tyson Fury. I get it. Just asking a question, though. Just asking a question. He said, Coach, I need a wrench. Yeah, no, listen, man, I don't give out. I got my crew that I have wrenches, brother, and that's it. The wrench is too many problems with the wrenches. Too much East Coast, West Coast beef going on with moderators and other people. So I have my crew, my solid crew, and that's it, my brother. If you rock with the old boy, rock with the old boy. Shouldn't be based on no wrench. Shout out to Kelly. Kelly says, we cooking tonight, fanboy faithfully. Yeah, man. He said, it's been a minute since I last saw you. Hope all is well, bro. Yeah, man. I'm just saying, though, all of the brothers and sisters from the UK. JB in Boston said, Fury's going to duck White. I said it here first. I'm going to tell you why I asked that question, though. And when I read my opening statement, two people that stood out to me. Frank Warren said, hey, man, Tyson Fury could possibly retire or whatever. The only thing that kind of makes sense is, the Usyk fight, but Usyk is going to fight Joshua in a rematch. John Fury says that, hey, there's no one in the world that's going to beat his son. I mean, the only way you're really going to know that is unless you fight the guys. But if you don't fight them, in this world, there's no one's going to beat his son. And, the only fight that makes sense is the Usyk and Fury fight. That fight is not going to happen. We know that fight's not going to happen. We know that. We know that fight is not going to happen. How do we know? Because Joshua and Usyk is going to fight each other again. So what problem would anyone from the UK, your fellow countrymen, Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte, what problem would you have them fighting each other if Dillian Whyte is, and we know he is the next guy in line to fight for that belt? When you are a champion, you have to defend your title. Right? What problem would they have with that? He said, oh, I ain't solid then, coach. Oh, no, you my people, man. You good people, man. But you know what, bro? Let's not make this about the wrenches. I don't even want to. This ain't gonna be the wrench show. Not today. He said no problem with the Tyson versus Dillian fight. Get him in the ring. Exactly. Usyk versus Ruiz. Okay, well, Usyk is gonna fight Joshua again. I'm pretty sure if he beats Joshua, then Usyk can probably, be in a position, be in a better position to make whatever move he wants to make. He said, I'm from the UK and I want to see Daniel Dubois versus White. Okay. Okay, but the fact of the matter still remains. Shout out to Pete Gary for dropping that 179. Bam, pound on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, he said, is it okay to be a fan of White and Fury because I am? Yes, it is. It's okay to be a fan of any fighter that you want to be a fan of. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. You know, I am a fan of Shakur Stevenson and Jamel Herring. Somebody got to win and somebody got to lose that fight. There's nothing wrong with being a fan of two fighters. These are two fighters from the same country. And guess what? Fact of the matter is this. This is the fact of the matter. Right? We see right here. Hold on. We see right here. We see the brother right here. Now this is shout out to my brother Blood of Retro Boston the documentary.
Hey, okay.
Now this is a video right here, guys. This is Otto Wallin's promoter. He want to press this fight. There's nothing wrong with that. He is doing his damn job. He's doing his job. You know, I don't want to show this too tough. This is the Otto Wallin's promoter. Basically, you know, he's going to petition to the WBC to see can he get Mauricio Suleiman in. Shout out to IFL TV. See can he get Mauricio Suleiman involved to try to get this fight rescheduled. Guess what? It ain't nothing wrong with him doing that. Because if he was not on Otto Wallin's side, you know, him being a promoter of Otto Wallin, he would be wrong if he wouldn't do that. He would not be doing this job. This is the opportunity of a lifetime for Otto Wallin. Otto Wallin had one shot already. He fought Tyson Fury. He lost to a unanimous decision, but he gave Tyson Fury a nasty cut. So he had a shot at the title. He wasn't even in the top 15, I don't think. Now he has an opportunity to fight Dillian Whyte, and bam, if he can beat him, get in that mandatory position. But guess what? It'll be a rematch. It'll be a rematch clause in it. So this is Frank Warren right here talking to Radio Raheem, and he was saying that in this particular video, hey man, you know Tyson Fury is not in a hurry to come back. And he said in this particular video that, hey man, Tyson Fury may retire if he wants to. And he broke down several scenarios about if the Fury and if the Wilder, not the Wilder, but if the Joshua Usyk fight, that's going to be they're rematching, so that takes that fight off of the table, right? But this is what I gotta say. Eric 1984 said, "Damn coach, another cancel fight. Josh Taylor just got hurt. Now his fight is off." Wow. Well, they're gonna have to reschedule that, Eric, because I think that's mandated. That's mandated because the guy he's going to fight is a mandatory. So that fight right there, Eric, you know, Josh Taylor's just going to have to reschedule it. John Mayfield says, "I'm a fan of all American fighters, white or black. I'm a fan of the sport of boxing. I don't give a damn if they're American, Asian. It don't matter to me. If you got the skills to pay the bills, and I'm interested in what you bring to the table, yes sir, bro. I want that." Right on the store saying Otto Wallin is the new boogeyman in the heavyweight division. Big Otto. Big Otto. Big Otto. Big Otto is the boogeyman. He said White showed proof that he legitimately had a shoulder injury that required surgery. Once he heals, he needs to fulfill his agreement to fight Otto Wallin. This is my thing. I totally agree with that. He can fight Otto Wallin. But if he heals, comes back, he can fight Otto Wallin after he fights Tyson Fury. Does it matter when he fights Otto Wallin? You see what I'm saying? He can still fight him after he fights Tyson Fury. That's all I'm saying. Fight him when he fights Tyson Fury. You know, so this is this is what I'm saying. He said he ain't retiring, man. You know how much dough he's making schooling these heavies? Yeah, I'm just saying, I don't know if he's retiring or not. This is what his father is saying. This is his father. This is what Frank Warren is saying. So, you know, they know Tyson Fury better than I do. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not saying he's going to retire or not. I'm not saying that. But this is what Tyson Fury's father is hinting at. And this is what Frank Warren, Tyson Fury's promoter, is hinting at. Meaning, hey, man, if he can't get the Oleksandr Usyk fight, then, you know, he ain't really got nothing else to prove because he fought Wilder 3 times and he beat him twice. Shout out to Eggway Forum for dropping that 449. Bam! Pound on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, can't blame Wallin, but he's younger, so he can't wait. He said he's younger, so he can wait. Dillian's taking a lot of punishment and is 35. He needs to get moving. They can still fight each other. Otto Wallin and Dillian Whyte can still fight each other after he heals. They can still fight each other. Just fight after Dillian Whyte fights Fury. That's all I'm saying. You still gonna get the fight. He said Fury's not ducking by not fighting Whyte. I feel like Wilder fight 3 was a mandatory defense, and he should be allowed to wait for a chance of undisputed since Trilogy already stopped it once. Yeah, that's over with. That's over. Yeah, he should be allowed to fight for undisputed. I understand that. I get what you're saying because undisputed trumps mandatory. The only problem with that, John Doe, is this here. Anthony Joshua is not stepping aside. Same thing that when Deontay Wilder took Fury to court, he would not step aside. He said he didn't want no step aside money. He wanted his trilogy match with Tyson Fury. Guess what? This is the same situation. Anthony Joshua wants his rematch with Oleksandr Usyk. He's not stepping aside. So since he's not stepping aside and Dillian Whyte has been mandated, it's the mandatory. He's the guy to fight Tyson Fury next. Guess what? That fight needs to happen. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button for the old boy. I'm just asking the question. I'm not saying any fighter is ducking. Question marks. He said, I want undisputed 2022. Summer, UK, Wembley. Hopefully, AJ Fury. Hopefully. But you never know. You never know. You never know. But the fact of the matter is this. So let me ask you guys a question. Let me ask you guys a question. So Dillian Whyte is the next in line to fight for the WBC heavyweight title. So are you guys saying, hey, Dillian Whyte, even though that he's been waiting 3.5 years, 1 point, and then he got knocked out and he avenged his loss with a knockout and now he's back in that position. Are you saying, nah, you know, just the hell with Dillian Whyte? It seems like I see a lot of you brothers and sisters from the UK. It seems like you guys are not, y'all ain't crazy about Dillian Whyte over there, huh? Y'all ain't crazy about Dillian Whyte over there, huh? I see that. That's what it seems like. Nick Rich says, Fury isn't known for defending belts. He finally defended one. He finally defended for the first time. Or fighting all the top level competition. I seriously doubt if he fights another top heavyweight contender. So Truth Seeker says, Whyte duck Wallin, Fury should duck Whyte. Okay. Okay. All right. That's very interesting. Very interesting. Victor Bada says, Fury and his team always duck proudly. Okay. Vic says 76. He said, in black and white, Fury has won 2.5. 2.5 of the 3 fights. Okay. All right, 2.5 of the 3 fights. All right, so that's all I'm saying. I'm just trying to. Ron Doe says, no, Dillian needs his title shot. It seems like some people don't want Dillian Whyte to get his title shot, and I wonder why. I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't get it. I just don't. I don't understand that. Like, you know, to be fair. You know what I mean? The guy been waiting to get his shot since 1979. He's in the position to get his shot for the belt. Otto Wallin ain't going nowhere. Otto, we can fight all day till the cows come home. But this man has an opportunity to fight for the WBC heavyweight title, championship of the world, after his shoulder heals. He's the guy next in line. Who doesn't want to see that fight? Surely you didn't want to see Tyson Fury fight Tom Schwartz. Surely you didn't want to see Tyson Fury fight Sefer Safari. You know, so all I'm saying is this here, man. What the hell is wrong with that? Okay. Shout out to Ricky VW. He says, I'm from the UK and I want Whyte to knock Fury out. Okay? He says, I think Tyson should fight Joe Joyce. They're both under Warren. Would be a great matchup. The only problem with that is this. He said, give him the shot. Being the intern, he deserves it, but he's getting smoked. The only way we're going to find out if he gets smoked is if they fight each other. You see what I'm saying? No? That's the only way we're going to find out if he going to get smoked. See, that's what clears all doubt. See, the thing is this here, right? This is the thing, right? I can sit back all day and say, like John Fury, oh, there's no one in the heavyweight division that can beat me son. Me son, he's the greatest fighter in the history of boxing. No one is going to beat him. That sounds good. But the only way we knew that Muhammad Ali was the best, he fought everybody. That's all I'm saying. You know, they didn't call Ali the best because we know he'll beat such and such and he didn't fight him. Unfortunately, in the sport of boxing, it doesn't work that way. Now, in La world, in fanboyism world, well, you know, my fighter don't need to fight that guy because that guy ain't fought. He don't need to fight him. This guy need to fight 20 people. We don't care about him being the mandatory, but he can fight Sefer Safari, Tom Swartz, Electric Boogaloo. You know, he can fight all these other guys. Doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that way. Boxing is a cricket sport. Now, I am not going to say that Dillian Whyte or Tyson Fury are duckers. I'm not going to say that. I'm just asking a question, right? Now, where did the question come from? The question came from hearing John Fury speak, Tyson Fury's father, and hearing Frank Warren speak, Tyson Fury's promoter. That's where the question comes from. That's where the question comes from. So I'm asking the question, guys. Will he fight him or will he duck him? You guys say that Dillian Whyte is ducking Otto Wallin. So let's go here. I want to ask the question. And that's a good question. That's a good question. That's a good question. Not even gonna lie, dog. That's a good question. So I asked the question. Damn, bro. I was gonna look for something and just forgot what I was gonna look for. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I got it now. Let's go here. So I noticed I don't see a bunch of pro white like Dillian Whyte. You know. I see that Dillian Whyte is really not that liked over there in the UK, huh? Oh, here we go over here. Sorry about that, guys. Here we go over here. Guess he ain't really that liked over there in the UK. I don't know. So this is what I'm seeing, guys. Dillian Whyte is right here. Now, what has been clarified for me, thanks to Sporting Icons, Dillian Whyte shot intern championship, his shot at the title to fight Tyson Fury. This would be his second title defense in his long career that he's been in boxing. If they fight, him getting a shot at the title is not contingent upon him fighting Otto Wallin. As you can see, Otto Wallin is, where the hell is Otto Wallin? Otto Wallin is ranked number 20. He's ranked number 20. So Dillian Whyte didn't even pick a guy in the top 10. He picked a guy he's ranked number 20. Otto Wallin is ranked number 20 with the WBC, right? This fight has not been mandated. So Dillian Whyte has a straight shot at this belt after he comes back off an injury. And to me, what makes sense to me is this. Look, they've been defecating on me for a minute over here, man. I got a shot at fighting this guy. And me fighting this guy is not contingent upon fighting Otto Wallin. I can always come back and fight Otto Wallin. Dillian Whyte can fight Tyson Fury. He can win it, he can lose it. And he can always come back and say, okay, Otto, let's go back and handle this, take care of this business. My question is, why does he have to fight him now? When he has a direct shot at fighting Tyson Fury for the WBC heavyweight title, and his fight and his shot at fighting Fury for the title is not contingent upon the Otto Wallin fight. That's a good question. That's a good question. Now I know the fanboys very well. I know what they're going to say because I've been hearing it. I know them very well. I have a PhD when it comes to dealing with fanboys. I know what they're going to say. They hate me, and that's fine. But I'm just asking a question. Jeff Lucietta says White is a funny dude, in my opinion. Jonathan says Fury is undefeated world champion and White is a dulcer. Okay, White is a dulcer. But Jonathan, can the dulcer, Dillian Whyte is next in line to fight for the WBC title. Do you feel, Jonathan, that Dillian Whyte, the dulcer, according to you, does not deserve a shot at his title if he is the mandatory, which we know he is? Let's see. Let's look at some of these. This guy say White doesn't need Wallin. He is, however, owed a long overdue shot at WBC belt. Yeah. I agree. He say, easy, mate. Shout out from Nottingham, England, and Dillian Whyte trains near me. He ain't injured. He wants the payday off Fury and retire, become the gatekeeper. Okay. That's what this brother says. Okay. Jonathan says he signs the contract with Otto. That's why. Okay. All right. Ali 62 says US hated him. Whites hated him. Even self-owned films. Yeah, I don't understand exactly what you're saying, Phil. I'm trying to break that. Sound like a bunch of broken English. James Hickey says, Coach, a lot like White here in the UK. It's just AJ has the big fanboys. Okay. Sir Dextro says, I'm a Fury fan. I want to see him fight White as a litmus test for whether he's really the best, or Wilder was just a trashette champion. Okay. Let's get to the super chats. Shout out to Casanova for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy!
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said this is a Eddie Hearn strategy, the easy way to get to the title. Okay.
To this day.
Okay, I can go for that. If it is a strategy, it's a good strategy. Shout out to Bless 365, the Queen, for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy!
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Bless 365 says Fury ready to retire ASAP, Coach. Well, Fury just came off a brutal fight with Deontay Wilder, the trilogy match, so he needs time to heal and recover. And we'll see what goes on. I'm just going off of what the subliminals. See, I look at the subliminal messages that John Fury is putting out there, and Tyson Fury's promoter Frank Warren is putting out there, right? White used to train there before changing trainers. Okay. Let's see. Smile back if you're ugly. Shout out to Smile Back if you're ugly. For dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy!
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, Coach, is there actually any heavyweight in the history that cleaned house and beat the other 9 fighters in the top 10? I'm thinking maybe Ali. You know what? I got to look at that. I think, we know Ali. We know Ali fought everybody. Ali fought all the top fighters. He fought some bums too, but he fought all of the top fighters. Larry Holmes fought all of the top fighters as well in his era. He did that. I think Lennox Lewis did as well. There are, but in the heavyweight division, yeah, I think a couple have. I think a couple have. Quite a few have, to be honest. Ali, Holmes, Lennox Lewis, Vander Holyfield. There's a few. In today's time, no. I think today's time, the closest that come to it is Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua fought a lot of top 10 guys as well. He's fought a lot of top 10 guys as well. But he says Fury will retire in 1 month, then unretire by March and beat Dillian to a pulp. Well, I would love to see that fight, to be honest with you. He said Eddie better ring the man with the union, Jack Bandana, what'd you say? Bandana. To step in for White. Okay. Joe says White has ducked 4 fights in the past 3 years alone. Can you tell me the 4 fights that he's ducked, my brother? I'm not familiar with Dillian Whyte ducking 4 fights. Can you tell me the 4 fights that he's ducked? Tell me the 4 fights. He says Sonny Liston. Yeah, I forgot all about Liston. Beat all the top 10 on the way to the side. Yeah, I forgot all about Sonny Liston. Sonny Liston. He said Lewis ducked Riddick Bowe. No, Lewis didn't. Halim, I understand your hatred for Lennox Lewis, but that's not true. Riddick Bowe threw the belt in the garbage. Riddick Bowe refused. Riddick Bowe ducked Lennox Lewis by throwing the belt in the garbage. Him and his manager, what's his name? Damn, I forgot his name. What's his manager's name? Rockman. Let's see. Lennox Lewis's manager. Riddick Bowe's manager. His name was Rockman. His name was Rockman. Not the fighter Rockman, but let me see. I forgot his manager's name. Riddick Bowe. Yeah, they did. I remember that because he did a press conference. They did a press conference. What is his name, guys? What is his name? Rock Newman. That's his name, Rock Newman. I said Rockman. Rock Newman. Yeah, they did a press conference where they threw the belt in the garbage. Lennox Lewis was the #1 guy. Lennox Lewis was next. He was the interim champion. He was next to fight for the WBC heavyweight title. And Rock Newman and Riddick Bowe held the belt together over the garbage can, did a press conference, and dropped the belt in the garbage because Riddick Bowe did not. He refused to fight Lennox Lewis. That's ducking. Shout out to Ralphie.
Hey, okay.
Salute to you, fam. Y'all please subscribe to this channel. That's ducking. This is facts. I love Riddick Bowe, but he ducked Lennox Lewis. This is facts. Fat Apple said Ortiz rejected White's offer. So that's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is this here. Let's be fair. Let's be fair about this. Because it seems what I'm seeing, the trend that I'm seeing going on is certain fighters get more. If Wilder can fight Fury 3 times, and Wilder has strong supporters who want to see him even fight a 4th time, and a 5th time, and a 6th time, and a 7th time, and the 8th time, 9th time, and the 10th time. Where is it fair that Dillian Whyte, who is now the mandatory interim champion to fight for the WBC title, where is the fairness in that to where he shouldn't be allowed to fight for that belt? Bro, he said Dillian Whyte does not have the skills to beat Tyson Fury. Bring it on. The only way we're going to find out, Daniel, they have to fight each other. That's the only way we're going to find out. I can say that this fighter is not going to beat this fighter. Listen, you know what? Daniel, I'm glad you brought that up. Before Tyson Fury fought dude name Deontay Wilder, there was a lot of people, including myself. Man, Deontay Wilder, all he got to do is land that right hand, it's over with. Fury ain't going to be able to take no punch from Deontay Wilder. Pick Wilder to beat Fury in the first fight. I was wrong. I said, oh, man, this time in the second fight, Wilder going to put Fury to sleep. Tyson Fury don't stand a chance. I was wrong. He stopped him in the 7th round. 3rd time, I said, you know what, man, I am not betting against Fury no more, man. He gonna beat Wilder because he took the man punch. So my point is this here. We know the only way we're gonna know who can beat who. You say Dillian Whyte does not have the skills to beat Tyson Fury. The only way we're gonna know he doesn't have the skills, they are gonna have to get in the ring and fight each other. That's all I'm saying. Unfortunately, you don't win belts or win matches by saying, oh, you know what, I'll beat you, ain't no need of us fighting. Doesn't work that way. If we would have said that in 1990 when Buster Douglas was scheduled to fight Mike Tyson, guess what? We never would have saw that fight. Oh man, you know, Buster Douglas, he a 60-1 underdog. It ain't nowhere in the hell. He don't stand a snowball chance in hell in beating Mike Tyson. Guess what? He beat the brakes off of Mike Tyson. But it's our opinion. There's nothing wrong with that, Daniel. You know what I mean? But the only way we're gonna find out these fighters are gonna have to fight each other. That's all I'm saying. The man deserves a shot at the title. But let's flip the script. Let's say Tyson Fury was the WBC Interim Champion. This for all you Tyson Fury. There's only one Tyson Fury. This is for you. There's only one Tyson Fury fanboys. Let's say, break this down for you guys. Got something for you. Got something for you. Let's say, to be fair, let's say Dillian Whyte was right here. WBC champion. Let's say Dillian Whyte fought Deontay Wilder 3 times and he beat him twice, right? And let's say Tyson Fury is right here as the interim champion. Let's say Tyson Fury is right here as the interim champion. For you Tyson Fury fans, would you say, listen, man, would you be saying, well, you know, Tyson Fury, he don't need to get in the ring with Dillian Whyte right now. He'll get smashed. Or would you say, you know what, Tyson Fury, he's the one. There's only one Tyson Fury. He deserved a shot at the title. He's been waiting 3.5 years, 4 years. Guess what? It's his time. He need to fight this guy ASAP. Let's flip it. What do you have to say? He says, what if Fury does fight Whyte? Aren't you then doing the same thing as the LDBC now? Well, I don't know who you're talking about. If you're talking to me, let me explain this to you, sir. If you're talking to me, Muellers. Let me explain this to you guys. I don't know who he's talking to, but I'm going to assume you're talking to me. So since you're talking to me, I'm going to break this shit down real easy for you. Right here, this guy is the WBC Interim Heavyweight Champion. Intern means that you are the next guy in line to fight for the WBC heavyweight title. That's what that means, right? So if he is next in line to fight for the heavyweight title, he should be able to fight for the heavyweight title. If Tyson Fury was the WBC interim champion and Dillian Whyte was the WBC champion, guess what? Tyson Fury deserves to fight for the heavyweight title. It doesn't matter who the person is. Hell, it could be Otto Wallin. Otto Wallin could be the WBC heavyweight champion. But if Tyson Fury is here, or if Frank Sanchez is there and he's the WBC interim champion, he deserves to fight, a chance to fight for the title. Why? Because he earned the right to be there. This is why he is the WBC interim champion. What is so hard to believe about that? Shout out to Graham Taylor.
Hey, okay.
For dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said Whyte deserves a shot more than most of the guys Wilder defended against. That's all I'm saying. This has nothing to do with your skin color. This has nothing to do with what country you're from. This has nothing to do with what set you claim. This has nothing to do with Tears for Fears, Wham, Bananarama, any of the 80s pop groups. Has nothing to do with that. Forget the names. Let's forget if it's Tyson Fury. Forget if it's Dillian Whyte. Let's say Hobo Sam was right here. Let's say there was a fighter named Hobo Sam. And Hobo Sam was the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And let's say there was another fighter right here by the name of Shady Big Nuts. So you got Hobo Sam is the WBC champion. And then we have Shady Big Nuts is the WBC interim champion. Shady Big Nuts been waiting for 3.5 years to fight for the WBC title when another fighter had that belt. Now a new champion has the belt. And he's been waiting 3.5 years, and now he has an opportunity of a lifetime after his shoulder healed to fight this guy. And according to the rules of the WBC, what Mauricio Suleiman has said, and you know how I feel about Mauricio Suleiman, that this guy, Dillian Whyte and Tyson Fury, has 90 days to come up with a date in order for them to fight each other. What's wrong with that? He said Fury fights Whyte or relinquishes the belt. Simple. Andy C said this has nothing to do with the complexion for protection. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Right on the Stone said if Wilder could avoid his mandatory in Whyte for over 6 years, why can't Fury? I don't know how long it was, to be honest with you, but I don't know how long it was, to be honest with you, but and I'm not saying that Tyson Fury is going to avoid Dillian Whyte. This is for all you fanboys who are going to get your panties in a bunch. I'm not saying that Tyson Fury is going to avoid Dillian Whyte. So I got to break this down because some of these guys, see, let me tell you something about these fanboys. These fanboys, he say, I love Hobo Sam. He's my favorite. Let me tell you something about these fanboys. These fanboys, boy, they get real salty. And when you break stuff down for them, nice, methodical, and slow, they get upset. So they got to break it down again. I am not saying that the fighter who you are a fanboy of is trying to duck anyone. All I'm saying is, if you love the sport of boxing, like I do, right? And you know that this fighter has been getting it the hard way, doing it the right way, right? And the sanctioning body, the belt, let's see, hold on. The sanctioning body that made this belt, and I think that's a picture of Mauricio Suleiman's father right there. The sanctioning body that made this belt said that, hey, if you have this belt, you have to defend this belt against the interim champion. Fanboy saying, hey, I don't care what the sanctioning body says. He shouldn't get a shot. That's what the fanboy says. But it doesn't work that way. That's all I'm saying. This is two fighters that come from the same country. So we ain't worried about America versus the UK. These are two fighters who are from the UK. One fighter deserves a shot to fight for the WBC title. Tyson Fury may beat the brakes off of him. Guess what? He probably may beat the brakes off of Dillian Whyte. He may knock him out in 1 round, may knock him out in 2 rounds, may knock him out in 3 rounds, or it may go 12 rounds. I don't know. Guess what? The only way we are going to find out, they are going to have to fight each other. Period. He said, I love the irony of these Wilderettes. Fight Whyte or drop the belt. Wow. Tom Seller says, we're talking about heavyweight boxing because it's in a good place, and we're blessed at the moment. He said, when these lot are gone, who's left to talk about? Jake Paul? Well, we'll see who steps up. We'll see who steps up. Sarty23 says, Fury will fight Whyte. He has to. He is the mandatory, and I am a Fury fan. Shout out to you, brother.
To this day.
Shout out to you, fam.
True.
That's all I'm saying. Damn who you like, who you with, who's going to win. All I'm saying is, let's be fair about it. Let's be fair about it. Fury is the best fighter in the history of boxing. He would destroy Dillian Whyte.
To this day.
Okay. If you feel that way, guess what? It ain't but one way for us to find out. How do we find that out, guys? They have to fight each other. Right? Listen, don't tell me that, don't tell me this. Hold on. Let's go here. And this is for anybody who lacks understanding. This is for anybody who lacks understanding. If a man is the interim champion and he's been waiting three and a half years to fight for the belt, irregardless of who that fighter is, that fighter deserves to fight for that championship, man. That's all I'm saying. Irregardless of who you believe deserve to fight. It's a UK fight. I think it'll be massive. I think that fight will sell out in the UK. Me personally. He said, I was excited about Fury Whyte too. Not so much now. Whyte ducking Wallin. He had one leg to stand on to get the KO by an old man. Okay. So, Whyte ducking Wallin. Okay, I get your narrative. So, but Dillian Whyte has an opportunity to fight Tyson Fury for the WBC heavyweight title. Are you saying that he does not deserve that and he shouldn't fight him? Is that what you're saying, sir? Truth seeker, that's what I'm asking. He said Fury may be the number one of this era, but thus far he's fought one guy over the past 2 years. And listen, I broke that down already. I broke that era down already. In order for you to be the best in your era, you're going to have to fight everybody in your era, the top guys in your era. Fanboys don't understand that, though. A fanboy don't understand that because he knows nothing about the sport of boxing. But historically, and even today, in order to be considered, this is why they say Floyd Mayweather is the best of his era. Do you want to know why they say that? Because he fought everybody in his era. Maybe minus one or two guys, but he fought Pacquiao. He fought Marquez. Hold it. Whoo! This lead me to something else. Led me to something else. This led the old boy to something else. Old boy, what you got up your sleeve, old boy? What do the old boy got up his sleeve? What do the old boy got up his sleeve? What do the old boy got up his sleeve? So, when you say that a fighter, bless 365, so if they duck a fighter, does that automatically mean they think it would have been a harder fight? A harder match. It could be a variety of things. Bless. Shout out to the Queen, Bless 365. It could mean that the fighter thought it was a harder fight. It could mean that, hey man, listen man, the payday maybe wasn't there. It could be, hey, I got a better opportunity over here to make more money because Dillian Whyte is getting paid a whole lot of money to fight Otto Wallin. But it could be, damn man, I've been waiting a long time for a shot at the title, and this is my only shot, and I can always come back to fight this guy. You know, it could be a variety of things. It could be a variety of things. But let me show you guys something. In order to be the best of your era, the reason why they call Floyd Mayweather TBE, to me, it has nothing to do with his 50-0 record. I say 49-0 because the last fight he fought an MMA fighter. But who you fight is everything. Let's go here. Now, let's look at the top guys he's fought. Jose Luis Castillo. Remember, they said that, you know, a lot of people thought that Floyd Mayweather lost his first fight with Castillo. He came back and he beat him. He beat him twice, right? He fought DeMarcus Chop Chop Corley. DeMarcus Chop Chop Corley was that guy back then. He was a pretty good guy, top guy. He beat the brakes off Arturo Gatti. He beat Sean Mitchell. He beat Zab Zuda. Right? He beat Oscar De La Hoya. Look at the names. He beat Ricky Hatton. He beat Juan Manuel Marquez. He beat Shane Mosley. He beat Victor Ortiz. All of these are top guys that Floyd Mayweather beat. He beat Miguel Cotto. He beat Robert the Ghost Guerrero. I wasn't impressed with Ghost, to be honest with you guys. He beat Canelo Alvarez. Canelo hasn't lost a fight since 2013. Last time Canelo got his ass whipped was when he fought, was 8 years ago when he fought Floyd Mayweather. He beat Marcos Maidana. He beat Manny Pacquiao. He beat the top guys who was there. This is how you become the best of your era. If you are a fanboy, you might not understand this. If you're a fanboy. And also, he defended his titles multiple times. And the super featherweight, when he was a super featherweight, when he won the super featherweight, he won the WBC super featherweight title on his 18th professional fight. He defended that belt 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 6 times. 7 times, 8 times, 9 times. He moved up to lightweight, won the vacant WBC belt, and he defended the lightweight title 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. He moved up from the lightweight title, right, and moved up to super lightweight. He won the WBC title. He beat Arturo Gatti for that, right? Defended it against Sean Mitchell, and then he moved up to welterweight. He won the IBF and the IBO welterweight titles, right? He fought Carlos Baldomir. He won the WBC IBA Marine Magazine belt, right? And he retained the IBF belt, so he defended it there. He defended the title again. He won Oscar De La Hoya's light middleweight belt. Moved up. He fought Ricky Hatton. He retained the WBC and the and the Ring Magazine welterweight titles. He defended that, right? I think he ended up retiring. He fought Juan Manuel Marquez, and then he fought Sugar Shane Mosley. He won the WBC title. So the reason why Floyd Mayweather is considered the best because he fought all of the top guys and he defended a multitude of titles. This is how it works. Fanboys, you may not understand this. So when you tell me that your fighter is the best fighter that ever put on a pair of gloves, I look at you sideways. And let me do this, guys. Let me do this. Let's go to Twitter. Let's go to Twitter, right? Let's go to Twitter. Let's see, what can we find on Twitter? What can we find on Twitter? Let's see, what can we find on Twitter? Where is it? I thought I had it. Can't find it, guys. I can't find it. Oh, here we go. Found it right there. When you tell me that your fighter, he's the best that ever did it, and he's the greatest of all time, and no one in the division can beat him. Guess what? I look at Floyd Mayweather's resume. Floyd is the best that ever did it. How do we know? Let's see. He had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. He had 26 title defenses. And he fought everybody. Shout out to Bless 365.
Hey, okay.
For dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
She said, who do you think is able to beat Fury, coach? I have no idea. This is the whole point. Bless 365 Queen. Listen, this is the whole point, Queen. The only way we are going to know, they will have to fight each other. Period. I ain't on no fanboy shit. You know that. Period. How do I know that this guy was the best of his era? Floyd Money Mayweather, better known, used to be formerly known as Pretty Boy Floyd. He fought all of the guys, and he beat them. That's how you know. If he doesn't fight any of these guys, we can't say he's the best of his era. How? Because he didn't fight the top guys in his era. That's all I'm saying. Fanboys do not understand this. If you mention this to a fanboy, he will get upset. He will call you a hater. He will say everything and call you everything in the book, but a fanboy would never address the merits of what you're talking about. They deny and deflect. I look at you sideways when you tell me that any fighter, he the best. When John Fury tells me that, hey, you know what, there's no one's gonna beat my son. He's the best ever. No one's gonna beat him. He's supposed to say that. That's his son. I had Sugar Hill Stewart on. Shout out to Sugar Hill Stewart. And Sugar Hill was honest when he said that he is biased when it comes to Tyson Fury. I don't know how good Dillian Whyte is. Dillian Whyte would have to fight the other heavyweights as well in the division. He has to fight Tyson Fury. He has to fight, well, Otto Wallin is ranked number 20, but he's going to have to fight Otto Wallin. He would have to fight whoever the top guys are. He would have to fight those other guys. In the sport of boxing, the era that I came up in, how we know who is the best, they had to fight everybody, right? And they had to defend their belts. You can say what you want to say about Floyd Mayweather. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. You can say what you want to say about Floyd Mayweather. Guess what? What you're not going to say, you can't say that he never defended. You can't say he wasn't defending these belts. And you can't say he didn't fight the best fighters of his era. This is why they call him the best of his era. Fanboys do not understand this. This is why I don't like fanboys. This is why if you are a fanboy, I always encourage you to unsubscribe and kick rocks and leave. Because I got some strong medicine for you. All those moments will be lost in time, in tears like rain. I have some strong medicine for you. Fanboys don't like the strong medicine. I got to give it to you, though. I understand. I understand. I get it. I used to be a fanboy. I trust me. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. Jonathan says they call him the best ever. I wouldn't go that far. They do call Floyd the best ever. I would say he's the best businessman ever in the sport of boxing. Hands down, I got to give him that. I got to give him that. Leon Musa, Floyd Mayweather is one of the best, but not the best. You know, all of that is subjection. You know what I mean? There's no wrong answer. You know, some say he's the best ever. Some say he's not the best ever. And I get that. I'm not here to argue the semantics of that. What I'm saying is this here. The only way we're in the heavyweight division, guys, in the heavyweight division, the only way we're going to know who is the best of this era. Because I'm hearing people say that Tyson Fury is a bad boy. Can't take nothing from this guy. This guy a bad son of a gun, right? But he fought this guy 3 times. Am I lying? He fought this guy 3 times. And he fought, and he beat him. He beat him twice. And he fought, what's the guy named? Vladimir Klitschko. In 2015, he beat him. So in order for you to be the best of your era, keyword, guys, the best of your era. Keyword, guys, the best of your era. You are going to have to do what this guy, Floyd Mayweather, did. He said, you love Floyd, but he killed boxing by being born. Brother, you are not addressing what I'm saying. Floyd Mayweather's not even my favorite fighter. He's not even in my top 5. If you allow your ears to hear what I'm saying and take your emotion out of it, if you're referring this to me, you will understand what I'm saying. I'm using Floyd Mayweather as an example. So let me move on. Let me move on. I'm using Floyd Mayweather as an example to prove a point. As a matter of fact, I tell you what, if you're a fanboy, this is your opportunity to leave. Any fanboys in the chat, this is your opportunity to leave right now. Please leave. Please leave. I promise you, I will not beg you to come back. If you're a fanboy, this is your opportunity to leave. I am not your friend. I don't like you, and you can leave right now. And you can leave me a nasty comment if you want to. I'm all good with that. Shout out to Rider of the Storm.
Hey, okay.
For dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said Floyd knew how to play off the fans' emotions to watch him fight. Hated the guy, but respect him as a fighter. He is the best of this era. All I'm saying is this here. The best of your era. Let me repeat. How do you become the best of your era? You have to fight all of the top guys, or at least most of them, or a good portion of them, because you can't make them fight you of your era, and you have to beat them. That's all I'm saying. That's it. Now, you guys know me, right? So let's go over here. I got something else I want to show you guys. Hold on. Let's look up my main man. I'm going to give you some more examples, because some people might be butthurt about me using Floyd Mayweather as an example. Okay, let's look at Marvin Hagler. I can look at Muhammad Ali. You know, using Muhammad Ali is unfair. I can look up. Let's look up Lennox Lewis. Oh, let's look up Lennox Lewis. We ain't gonna go too far back on you guys. I have countless examples. I can go to Marvin Hagler. I can go to Sugar Ray Leonard. I can go to Roberto Duran. I can go to let's see, Julio Cesar Chavez, Pernell Whitaker. There are many examples I can give you. But the fanboy will not look at don't want to hear the examples. So that's why I'm hoping they shake the block. Now that I gave the fanboys time to leave, the true boxing fans, we can get into today's lesson. Now, Lennox Lewis is considered the best heavyweight of his era. I did not like Lennox Lewis. So I don't want anyone saying that, oh man, you love Lennox Lewis like you love Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather ain't even in my top 5. I didn't have a love affair with Floyd Mayweather like some other people did. I'm just being honest with you. But he was a bad boy. The proof is in the pudding. But let's move on. Since for those who are sensitive about me using Floyd Mayweather as an example, let's look at Lennox Lewis. 41 wins, 2 losses, 32 knockouts. Lennox Lewis was the best of his era. How do I know, guys? Did you like Lennox Lewis when he was a heavyweight coach? No, I didn't. Did you hate Lennox Lewis when he was a heavyweight coach? Yes, I did. Why did you hate Lennox Lewis when he was a heavyweight coach? Because I was a fanboy of Mike Tyson. So I understand you Tyson Fury fanboys. I understand you Anthony Joshua fanboys. I understand you Dillian Whyte fanboys. I understand you Deontay Wilder fanboys. I understand you Terrence Crawford fanboys. I understand you Errol Spence fanboys. I understand you Teofimo Lopez fanboys and you Canelo Alvarez fanboys. I understand you very well because I used to be you. I used to be you. That's how I know you very well. I used to use the same deny and deflect tactics that you are using right now today in 2021. I used to be you. I was a professional fanboy when it came to Mike Tyson. I was a professional fanboy when it came to Pernell Whitaker. I was a professional fanboy when it came to Marvelous Marvin Hagler. I was a professional fanboy when it came to Roy Jones Jr. So I understand you very well. I know what you are going to say before you are even going to say it. And I know how to defend anything that you say. It's very easy. Now let's move on. Lennox Lewis was the best of his era. He beat Tony Tucker. He retained the WBC heavyweight title. How did he get this belt? He was elevated to the WBC heavyweight champion because Riddick Bowe refused to fight him. 1993. Riddick Bowe threw the belt in the garbage. Facts. Riddick Bowe ducked Lennox Lewis on live on TV at a press conference. Let's keep going. Lennox Lewis defended his belt multiple times. He's lost it against Oliver McCall, and he ended up getting it back. He beat everybody in this era. He avenged his loss to Oliver McCall. He beat Razor Ruddock, Tony Tucker, Frank Bruno, fellow Brit, Tommy Morrison, Ray Mercer. He beat Shannon Briggs, Evander Holyfield, Michael Grant. He got knocked out by Hasim Rahman, and he came back and knocked Hasim Rahman out in the 4th round. He beat Mike Tyson, and he beat Vitaly Klitschko. He beat all of the top guys in this era. Ray Mercer, David Tua, Michael Grant. He beat them all. He was the best heavyweight of that era. It's not based on my feelings. He beat them all. And he was the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. That's how I know. That is the criteria for being the best of your era. That's the criteria. And it's always been the criteria. No, I don't know. He didn't fight Samuel Peters. Yeah, he didn't fight Samuel Peters. Lennox Lewis didn't fight Samuel Peters. And I didn't like Lennox Lewis at all. You want to know why I didn't like Lennox Lewis? Because he was a bad boy. I didn't like Lennox Lewis because Lennox Lewis, let's look at Larry Holmes. Give you some more examples. Julio Cesar Chavez. I can give you some more examples. I can go on and on and on and on and on. Larry Holmes fought every goddamn body. I got some information about Larry Holmes right here in this book. I'm going to read it to you. Larry Holmes fought all Ernie Shavers. He was a former sparring partner of Ernie Shavers and Muhammad Ali. Ken Norton. Ozzy Ocasio. Mike Weaver. Fought Ernie Shavers twice. Muhammad Ali. Trevor Burbick. Leon Spinks. Jerry Cooney. Tim Witherspoon. Michael Spinks, he lost to. He lost to Mike Tyson. Came back out of retirement, right? Fought Ray Mercer. Fought Evander Holyfield. Lost to him, too. Oliver McCall. Lost to him. I think he was 78. I think he was 75 years old when he fought Oliver McCall. Hell, even fought Butterbean. The man fought everybody, though. All of the top 10 guys, he fought them. Defended his titles multiple times, as you can see right here. Larry Holmes did that. He was the best of his era. Of that era, he was the best of that era, in his era. Well, he kind of came through the Muhammad Ali era as well, so we know Muhammad Ali was the best of his era. That will stem probably from the 60s all the way through the 70s. That era of 1978, all the way through 85 or something like that, Larry Holmes was that guy. Countless other examples I can give you. Countless other examples that I can give you. That's how you become the best of the era. What I'm not going to do, I'm not going to let anybody, someone who's a new booty to the sport of boxing, change that. All you old school cats who've been watching boxing a long time, you know I'm not lying. You know I'm telling the truth. You know I'm not lying. You know I'm telling the truth. What the brother say? He said Julian Jackson, coach. Yeah, let's look up Julian Jackson. Give you another example. Julian Jackson. Julian Jackson is another example. Let's look up Julian Jackson from the Virgin Islands, better known as the Hawk. Julian Jackson is another one. He's a bad boy. He was one of the best. Julian Jackson fought every goddamn body. Mike McCallum knocked him out. He fought everybody. Mike McCallum, Terry Norris, Wayne Powell. He fought Thomas Tate. Fought Gerald McClellan. He fought all the top guys for the most part. He fought them all. He fought the top guys. There's other examples. There's other examples I can give you. But Julian Jackson was a bad boy. The Hawk was a bad boy. Knockout artist. Right? What am I getting at? When you are the best of an era, you have to fight everybody. That's all I'm saying. You can be the best in the division, but you have to fight everybody. Dillian Whyte and Tyson Fury, they need to fight each other. I want to see that fight. You want to know why? Because I saw a classic example of what happens when you have a top guy in Tyson Fury fight another top guy in Deontay Wilder. Well, they say, well, it depends on who you talk to, because some people say he was a dulcer and one-trick pony. He really not that good. But the only problem is when you take away from your opponent, then what it says is, well, damn, if you're going to take away from the guy who you beat, you really ain't beat nobody, because you said he was nobody before you fought him. You see what I'm saying? Bless 365 says, me too, coach. That's why you can't take away from the opponent that you're fighting. Because when you take away from him and you say he's nobody, he's a bum, then when you beat him, that means you just beat a bum. You ain't beat nobody. So you don't get credit for beating that guy because you said he was a bum, right? That's why you don't never take away from your opponent. Big Ron says, you are hurting the credibility away by saying it too much. Yeah, you're right about that. You're right about that. You're right about that. You're hurting the credibility away when you say that. If the guy was a bum, a dulcer, a nobody, one-trick pony, can't fight, can't box, then how do you get credit for beating him? So one breath is that, then in the next breath, he's the hardest hitting heavyweight in the history of the sport. What are you gauging that by? He says Ali called his opponent's bum of the mother club. You're right about that. Ali did do that. And just because Ali said it doesn't make it right. You're right about that. Ali used to always diminish his opponents before he fight them. Did it make it right? No. Did I agree with it? No. We know damn well Joe Frazier wasn't no bum. We know damn well Ken Norton wasn't no bum. Ken Norton broke Ali's jaw, and I think Joe Frazier did too. We know George Foreman wasn't no bum. We know Ernie Shavers wasn't no bum. But it's called trash talking. I get it. It's called trash talking. But though it's the fighter's job is to trash talk. But what I'm getting at is this. When you're dealing with fans of a particular fighter, they take it, sometimes they'll take it a little too far. He said, watch Fury's interview with Ariel Hawaii after his last fight with Wilder, when he talks about fighting, about fight bombs. He spilled the beans on his own resume. I get it. He said, Fury has beat the best Klitschko, Wilder. Ali beat Foreman, Frazier. You don't have to beat 10 easy. He said, you don't have to beat 10 easy fights. You beat the best. You are the best. Tyson is. Wow. Okay. All right. So, do anybody want to see Dillian Whyte fight Tyson Fury? Talking to the Tyson Fury fans. Tyson Fury fans and fanboys, do you want to see Dillian Whyte fight Tyson Fury? Asking the question. He said, yeah, Coach, Tank, Coach, Tank versus Rolly Presser is on. Okay. Tank versus Rolly Presser is on. Okay, that's good. Thanks, thanks for that, fam. P. White says no. Even though Dillian Whyte is the mandatory, you still don't want to see that fight? Okay. JBN says yes. P. White, let me ask you a question. Did you want to see Tyson Fury fight Sefer Seferi? Did you want to see Tyson Fury fight Tom Schwartz? Just asking. I'm just asking. Just asking. Just asking. Oh, let's see. This is from a UK fans. He said Dillian is easy work for Fury. Okay. How do we know that, sir? I'm asking you a question. Do you want to see that fight happen? The only way we're going to know, they're going to have to fight each other, right? That's the only way we're going to know. Damien says you can't have it both ways. No, you can't. Javon Soto says, why not? It's a good fight. He said, give us a unification fight. I don't know how long. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. I don't know how long you've been here, but I think it's a foregone conclusion that Anthony Johnson and Oleksandr Usyk are fighting each other again in a rematch. Yeah, as my friends in the UK would say. Me, I say right. They're going to fight in a rematch. So that unification for Undisputed is not going to happen. I hope you understand that. So Dillian Whyte is the WBC mandatory. He's been waiting three and a half years. 3.5 years. Alan Skill says, Coach, Wilder and Fury fanboys don't want to see Fury versus Whyte as it could destroy the illusion of how Fury and Wilder are. Anybody who don't want to see this fight, just let me know that they are not fans of the sport of boxing. That's all that is. So the same people who saying that we don't want to see Fury fight Dillian Whyte, even though Dillian Whyte is the mandatory, and even though that these are the two top guys in the division. Tyson Fury is number one in the heavyweight division. I give him that. And Dillian Whyte has been waiting for three and a half years. And I just gave you countless examples of fighters like Floyd Mayweather, Lennox Lewis, and Larry Holmes, and I can give you more. Julio Cesar Chavez, Pernell Whitaker, Marvin Hagler. They fought all of the top guys in their division. They proved without a shadow of a doubt that they were the best. Right? I just showed you countless examples of that. He says, love any fight, Tyson, but they ain't on his level. Wow. So let me ask you a question. So you say love any fight, Tyson, but they ain't on his level. So Dillian Whyte is not on Tyson Fury's level. Joshua's not on Tyson Fury's level. A lot of them I love to see Fury smash them to bits. Okay. So you'll love to see them fight. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Because if you don't want to see Dillian Whyte and Tyson Fury fight each other, even though Dillian Whyte is the mandatory, then you got to explain to me how did you feel about Tyson Fury fighting Francesco Pineta? How did you feel about Tyson Fury fighting Sefer Seferi? How did you feel about Tyson Fury fighting Tom Schwartz? How did you feel about Tyson Fury fighting Otto Wallin? Anthony Joshua, you say is not on Tyson Fury's level. You say Dillian Whyte is not on Tyson Fury's level. I got you. You say none of the heavyweights. John Fury, sir. You say none of the heavyweights are on Tyson Fury's level. I got you. So explain to me, is Otto Wallin on his level? What about Tom Schwartz? What about Francesco Pineta? What about Sefer Seferi? Christian Hammer, Derek Chisora, all of Steve Cunningham, Kevin Johnson, Vinny Mandalone, Martin Rogan, Nevin, I can't even pronounce his last name. I'm asking a question. I'm asking a question. Asking a question. I know what the answer is. I know what you're going to say. Know you guys like the back of my hand. I really do. No, I'm like the back of my hand. I promise you I do. He says, don't want delays for Whyte's injury. If he's not fit, move on. I totally agree with that. If Dillian Whyte is not fit, Tyson Fury should move on. I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. He says, the only person is Usyk for me. And that's what John Fury is saying. John Fury, True Talk, with Anthony Evans. John Fury is saying that the only fight that his son should take is with Oleksandr Usyk. Don't fight nobody else. He says, Coach, Rolly looked like a Yeti out here. He says, is there a point other than circumstances change? Tyson Fury is not going to fight right now. If Dillian Whyte is not ready, he needs to move on from Dillian Whyte. That's all I'm saying. But if Dillian Whyte is ready, they need to make that fight happen. Why? Because I want to see the goddamn fight. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. I want to see the goddamn fight. Why? Because I want to see the best fighters fight the best fighters. I want to know who is the best of the era. I already got Tyson Fury #1 in the division. I already have him that. And I have what my guy name from Russia, from Ukraine, Oleksandr Usyk ranked #2. I want to see Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk fight each other. I want to see Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte fight each other. I want to see Anthony Joshua and Fury fight. I want to see all of the top guys fight each other. I ain't protecting no goddamn body.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Bless 365 for dropping out quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He say if Fury is the #1 heavyweight and Wilder is second, then as soon as Fury retires, we back on top. Stephen Murray says boxing needs the best to fight the best. You know what, Stephen Murray? I totally agree with you on that. But fanboys don't want to see the best fight the best. He says you're scared of Whyte getting beat by Otto. Nah, not really. I want to see Whyte fight Otto Wallin. But I think you're missing the point, Jonathan, because you are a Tyson Fury fanboy. I know you very well, sir. You show up over here all the time, but you are a Tyson Fury fanboy. Why are you here? I have no idea. I don't know why you haven't unsubscribed and blocked yourself. But you come here all the time, though, so apparently you need the medicine. I hope that you are so upset that you just leave. Anyways, Cobra Kai says you're a fanboy, mate. Why are you here, sir? Why are you here? Why are you here? Yeah? Oh, boy. Take your medicine, boy. Take your medicine. You don't get no more shine here. You can stay here, though. You don't get no more shine here. So anyways, we need to see the best fighters fight the best fighters. We need to see the best fighters fight the best fighters. Really, though. That's all I want to see. I want to see everybody get a fair shake. We know how crooked the sport of boxing is. I want to see everybody get a fair shake. I don't want you to take nothing from Fury, but I damn sure don't want you to take nothing from Dillian Whyte. I don't want you to give Fury nothing no more than what he earned, and I don't want you to give Dillian Whyte no more than what he earned. Everybody should be treated fairly. I want to see the best fighters fight the best fighters. That's all I give a damn about. That's all I care about. So when I hear certain things and certain narratives being pushed, I'm not gonna go with the narrative. Because fights clears all doubts. When fighters fight each other, it clears all doubts. When someone gets knocked out in the ring, it clears all doubts. When someone gets stopped or whatever the case may be, it clears all doubts. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. This will be a massive fight. If you're from the UK, how in the hell you do not want to see this fight if you're from the UK? You got two UK countrymen that has the potential. Again, guys, if Dillian Whyte is hurt so bad that he can't fight, guess what? Tyson Fury should move the F on. Ain't no need to sit around waiting on the injured man who got a messed up shoulder. I totally agree with that. Fight the next man that's in line. I totally agree with that. Right? But if the guy earned the right to fight for the belt, just like Tyson Fury earned the right to fight for the belt, and he fought Vladimir Klitschko and he beat Vladimir Klitschko, he deserved the right to fight Vlad because he earned the right to fight him. Do you get what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? Did you get what I'm saying? When Tyson Fury beat Vladimir Klitschko, he earned the right to fight him. Vladimir Klitschko could have said, you know what? He ain't fought nobody. His resume is weak. He fought Derek Chisora and everybody else was bombs and dossers. He ain't fought nobody. I don't want to fight him. He ain't on my level. I had the belt for 25 years. He not on my level. What if Vladimir Klitschko would have told Tyson Fury that? Wow. That's a truth bomb right there. What if Vladimir Klitschko would have told Tyson Fury, and you Fury fanboys, what if he would have said, you know what, man, this guy ain't fought nobody. He fought Christian Hammer. Who the hell is that? He fought Derek Chisora. He a journeyman. He fought, but Derek Chisora was undefeated at that time. No, that's not, that was his second time fighting Derek Chisora. What if Vladimir Klitschko would have said, you know what, man, that dude, I ain't fighting that dude. He ain't nobody. What if he would have did that? And Tyson Fury fought like hell to earn the right to fight Vladimir Klitschko. See how I take your logic and throw it right back at you? I know these guys very well, Charlo. I know them very well. I take exactly what they're saying about Dillian Whyte and throw it right back at them. Vladimir Klitschko was the champion. He defended his title. Let's see. Let's look this up. Vladimir Klitschko, this guy's a Hall of Famer. One of the best that ever do it and get away with it. Lost to Corey Sanders, lost to Lamont Brewster. And he lost to Tyson Fury right here. And let's see. Once he got the belt back, won the WBC, WBO, okay, IBF. Once he got the belt back, I think he defended it. He fought all of these guys. Let's see. 2004, won the IBF. Okay. 2006. From 2006, 2005, 2006, and he fought all of these guys until he lost to Tyson Fury. He was 64-3. What if Vladimir Klitschko would have said, oh man, that dude ain't fought nobody? So he said he never said that because he knew Tyson was that good, never stopped, and had to fight him. So now let's flip it. Dillian Whyte is the mandatory. Do you still have that same energy that you're saying now? Just asking the question. Just answer the question. That's all I'm asking. Just asking the question. He said, we never said that. He said Klitschko couldn't say no. He would be stripped, mate. Exactly. Bingo. He could have said no. He could have said, you know what, man, I'm done. And let me ask you a question. Why he would have been stripped of the belt? Do you want to know why he would have been stripped of the belt, bam? Because, let's go over here. He would have been stripped of the belt because Tyson Fury was in the same position that Dillian Whyte was in. Tyson Fury was in the same position that Dillian Whyte was in. So if Vladimir Klitschko would have said, no, I ain't fighting this guy, he would have got stripped of his belt. And it would have been given to Tyson Fury. This is the same position Dillian Whyte is in. It's the same position that Dillian Whyte is in right now is the position that Tyson Fury was in when he fought Vladimir Klitschko. Yeah. He says, if Dillian hadn't been KO'd twice, he may get Fury respect. Yeah, I care nothing about the respect. He don't have to respect Dillian Whyte. It doesn't matter. This ain't about the respect. This is about, okay. This is about, okay, this guy, he's the next guy in line. Just like you was the next guy in line when you fought Vladimir Klitschko for 2015. That's my whole point. That's my whole point. That's all I'm saying. He says, true, talk with Anthony Evans to get his respect. A mandatory earn the respect regardless. Yeah, it doesn't matter about respect. You don't have to respect me. You don't have to like me. None of that. I am the interim champion. I am the next guy in line to fight for the belt. Like you was the next guy. Like you were the next guy in line to fight for the belt when you fought Vladimir Klitschko. I know it doesn't fit the narrative, but unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. He says, Fury got $60 million for fighting Wilder. I don't know how much he got paid. Do you have any receipts on that? Fury got paid $60 million. Do you have any receipts on that? I haven't heard that. That's a new one to me. He said that Dillian will get his ass whipped. There's only one way to find out, sir. There's only one way to find out. I said the same thing that you said about Dillian Whyte. You say Dillian would get his ass whipped. I said the same thing about Tyson Fury when he fought Deontay Wilder in the first fight and the second fight. Guess what? I was wrong. And I'm pretty sure, Frida, I'm pretty sure that you have been wrong before. You might not admit that, but I'm pretty sure you will. Might not admit that, but I'm pretty sure you will. This is something else. This is really something else. So we just want to see the best fight the best, right? That's all we want to see. Any fanboys that are still hanging around, I guess you're just here for your entertainment purposes. No, I care nothing about you. I don't like you. I really don't. Fanboys, I don't like you. You'll be here tomorrow at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I know you will. But I had to call it the way I see it. Now, let me tell you about something. Let me address something else. I got to address something else about the great Don King. You know, some people, when they talked about Don King, now what I loved about Don King, guys, he gave us the fights that we wanted. In today's time, you know, we got a good fight, classic fight, in my opinion, with Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. They gave us a hell of a fight. Anthony Joshua and Usyk gave us a good fight as well. We're going to have another great fight, hopefully, with Terrence Crawford and Sean Porter. We're going to have another great fight, hopefully, with Canelo Alvarez and Caleb Plant. Sweet hands is what they call them. We're going to have another great fight this weekend with Jamel Herring and my main man, Shakur Stevenson. It's going to be another good fight, right? We finishing the year off pretty good. And I think there's another fight. I think there's another fight too, right? I think there's another fight. What's the other fight, guys? Man, there's another fight coming up too. That's gonna be a good fight. Oh, we had Josh Taylor, but he got canceled. Oh yeah, Teofimo Lopez and Kambosos. Teofimo Lopez and Kambosos is supposed to fight on the zone. Wow, I forgot the date, guys. Parker Chisora. That's gonna be a damn good fight. So we finishing the year off strong. But let me, Halim, this is for you, my brother. Halim, this is for you. This is for Halim, guys. Halim loved Don King. Halim, my brother, you know I got love for you, right? But I got to give it to you. Let me tell you guys how nasty. Paul O'Leary, let me tell you guys how nasty this guy Don King was. Now, for all of you guys who, oh man, you sitting there tearing down the black man and see this what y'all do and yada 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 and you cooning for Whitey and yada yada. Okay. I got you. Shout out the Kings of Common.
Hey, okay.
For dropping that $2 bam super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, did you see Tank versus Rolling press conference? No, I didn't. I didn't see it. Check this out, though. Don King, I want y'all guys to listen to this. This guy was the crook of all crooks. He was the crook of all crooks. Check this out. On November 28th, 1973, this is for my old school guys who may not know this, and this is for the casuals who may be new to the sport of boxing. I want to show you guys how dirty and nasty the sport of boxing is. That's why when I see fighters like Tyson Fury get paid the money that he gets, Anthony Joshua get paid the money that he gets, the Crawfords, the Porters, the Spences, the Dillian Whytes, I'm always rooting for a fighter who put the work in to get paid the money that they deserve. Because these fighters, some of these fighters are getting ripped off, robbed, and raped by some of these promoters. Now, I don't know about the promoters today. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I don't know about the promoters today. Tank Davis and Rolly Romero is going to fight in December, right? Rolly is going to get knocked out, in my opinion, but I could be wrong. Ain't no way in the hell I'm betting against Tank Davis against Rolly Romero. I'm just being honest with you. But I haven't seen the press conference, but I will. Show will be over with in a few. But check this out, guys. On November the 28th, 1973, Don King had put Larry Holmes in the ring with a guy named Kevin Isaac in a preliminary bout to the Jeff Merritt, Ron Sanders main event. Check this out, guys. Let me show you Don King. Halim, this is for you, my brother. After that, in December, King put Larry Holmes on the undercard of Roberto Duran. Do anybody know who Roberto Duran is? Anybody know who Roberto Duran is? He put Don King on the undercard of Roberto Duran, right? He got paid $1,000 to fight this guy. He beat him. Don King kept $700 and said, "I'm gonna give you $3." He was notorious for signing fighters to contracts, saying that you would get paid one thing, and then when after the fight is over with, he'll take 70% of your purse, 50% of your purse, because he was the promoter and the manager. This is what Don King does, and I hope you guys understand that this is what this guy did to a lot of his fighters. This is why he got sued by a lot of his fighters. Don King, even Bob Arum came along. Don King was paying Larry Holmes 10% of what he should have got paid. One day, Bob Arum came along when Larry Holmes became a free agent. Bob Arum said, "Hey, listen, man, I'm going to pay you $100,000 for this fight." Don King said, "I'm going to pay you $10,000. I'm going to pay you $10,000 for a fight that's worth $100,000. Larry Holmes said, "You know what, Don? I know that you're black and I'm black, but man, you've been robbing me and beating me out of my money for years. I'm going to go sign this contract with Bob Arum and fight for this $100,000. Don King threatened Larry Holmes and threatened him to say, "Hey, if you go over there, I will break your legs in pieces. Have your legs broken," because Don King was connected to the mob. We got great fights from Don King, but he was a hellified pimp. And he did his fighters dirty. He talked the brother man stuff while at the same time robbing and ripping his fighters off. I have the receipts, documentation, interviews from Larry Holmes and other people who were there. This is what Don King did. Bob Arum, the guy who they say is the bad guy, the devil right now, Bob Arum offered Larry Holmes, "Look, man, I'm going to pay you $100,000 for this fight." Don King said, "No, I'm going to pay you $10,000. And you better fight with me." He said that it's the fighter's fault for agreeing with it. I don't think you heard what I said, brother. I don't think you heard what I said. Don King threatened him with physical bodily harm. I don't know if you've ever been threatened. I don't know if you've ever been in a situation where you're dealing with someone who's more powerful than you, that is connected, it can make things happen, can make stuff happen to you. But that's what happened. This is what goes on in the sport of boxing. He said, "How are you spinning it as Fury ducking when White just pulled out of the fight?" Wow. Not even going to address, I'm not even going to answer that. I hope if he's talking to me, I'm not even going to answer that. Go back and watch the replay, fam. That's all I can say. Go back and watch the replay. Nick, the queen, shout out to the queen, Nick Rich.
Hey, okay.
She said Don King had mafia ties. They break legs. This is what Don King did. Used intimidation tactics. Threatened his fighters. He threatened that I will ruin your career. You will be blackballed. You will never be able to get another fight again. This is what he did. So when they tell me about, and then he played the race card very well. We got to stick together, brother. Brother, we got to stick together. Yada, 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 yada. Yeah, man, but when it comes to business, I ain't trying to hear that. It's something that I learned when I was in the Nation of Islam. Minister Farrakhan said that for all of you people, for all of you brothers out there that say that I only steal from white folks. Not trying to make nothing racial, but I just want to make an analogy. I only steal from white people. I only steal from Spanish people. I only steal from blacks, or whatever the case may be. I don't take from my own kind. One thing about a thief, if you have something that they want, it won't be too long before you won't start seeing color. Don King did not give a damn. This is what Don King did. Got the documents to prove it. Had the receipts to prove it. I advise you guys to go buy this. You're going to see all the receipts in this book. I've been promoting this book like I'm getting a percentage of it. I'm not. Don't even know the guy. Us as fight fans, we got the fights that we wanted at the price of the fighters. This is why fighters today, they want to get paid as much money as they can. Because there's no pension when boxing is over with. There's no pension when boxing is over with. This is why I am in favor of any fighter getting paid the money that he deserves. What I don't like is if you sign a contract to get paid $10,000, you should get paid $10,000. Don't sign a contract with any promoter to get paid a certain amount of money, but then when it's time for you to get paid, the promoter said, I'm gonna keep 70% of it. This is why I don't mind fighters saying that they want to get paid top money. I hope fighters like Tank Davis is getting paid the kind of money that he deserves. I hope fighters like Roland Romero is getting paid the kind of money that he deserves. I hope fighters like Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney and those guys, Devin Haney said he getting paid plenty of money, so I guess he getting paid the kind of money he deserves. True Seeker say Mike Tyson got robbed, but not by threats, but stupidity. Yeah, Mike Tyson fell for the brother man stuff. George Jake says, I read that Don King book. Yes, I hope so. So you know what I'm talking about. He said Don King might be the nicest guy, but sure made the trains run on time. He said might not be the nicest guy, but made sure the trains run on time. He said Mayweather has done very good for himself. Yes, he has, for himself. That was the key word, for himself. Harleen say, come on, coach. Was just business. Wow. Pugilist says, what about signing a contract for a fighter and they get injured and your guaranteed payday possibly up in the air? That's something totally different. I'm not even talking about that, but that's something totally different. If you sign a fighter to a contract and they get injured and your guaranteed payday is possibly in there, yeah, you're right about that. If a fighter, get injured and he can't fight, that's him losing out on the money. He said, picking on Don King for no reason. No, I'm picking on Don King. I'm not really picking on Don King. I'm telling the truth. Helene. This is what he did. He didn't sue and say it wasn't true. He didn't sue the guy for defamation because the receipts was there. Documentation. Interviews from Ali. Interviews from Angelo Dundee. Interviews from Tim Witherspoon and stuff like that. This is why I am in favor of fighters getting paid the kind of money that they deserve. But what I'm not in favor of is a fighter who you had 2-3 fights. I got Instagram followers. I should get paid top dollar. When these guys who paved the way for you, these older fighters, they fought for less money than you. They paved the way for you. You ain't even put in a tenth of the work that they put in, but you want to be the cash cow of the sport of boxing, and you ain't even put in work. I'm doing it the Mayweather way. Well, if you was doing it the Mayweather way, you can't skip the Pretty Boy Floyd. You can't skip the Pretty Boy Floyd era. Pretty Boy Floyd had to fight everybody before he got to Money Made. He said he's picking on Don King. Well, if telling the truth is picking on Don King, I guess I'm picking on Don King. He said most was fake news, coach. So Larry Holmes lied on Don King. Tim Witherspoon lied on Don King. Julio Cesar Chavez lied on Don King. Ernie Shavers lied on Don King. All these dudes just decided to lie on him. And they was black. Wow. He said, coach, you remember AB turned down the Jay-Z contract? Yeah. Yeah. I remember that. He said, true, coach, they fought for peanuts back in the day. What I'm saying is, hey, Tom, even the peanuts that they fought for, they didn't even get paid that. Listen, Don King paid Larry Holmes $1,000 for a fight. He signed the contract to fight. He signed the contract to fight a fight for $1,000. I'm finna tell you right now. Out of that $1,000, Don King, and he broke his thumb. Out of that $1,000, Don King said, you know what? I'm gonna give you $300. Here we go. It's in December, King put Holmes on the undercard of Roberto Duran fight in San Juan. The opponent was a mediocre guy by the name of Billy Joyner, and King promised Larry Holmes $1,000 for the fight. There was no negotiations because Holmes did not have an independent manager to represent his interests. King dictated the compensation. After the fight, he would pay Holmes in cash from a large roll in his pocket with no official accounting. Holmes said that just before the fight started, King told him to carry Joyner, not to knock him out, because he needed to fill in time for the Roberto Duran fight. So Larry Holmes was told by Don King, listen, baby boy, you're going to get this bomb in the ring. I need you to carry him for a while and then knock him out later in the rounds. Larry Holmes said, damn that, because he got hurt to this guy. And he said, I need to get this guy out of here. Larry Holmes knocked him out in the third round. Instead of getting paid the $1,000 that he was promised he would get paid, Don King gave the man $300. $300. And he broke his thumb. Gave the man $300. Threatened the man, said all kind of stuff. Don and Larry Holmes had to fight tooth and nail to get his other $700. So what you saying? Don King is part of boxing history, love or hate him, but he's unscrupulous. That's all I'm saying. So what I'm saying is this. These fighters today, when you see these fighters today trying to fight to get the kind of money that they want, understand where they are coming from. Because there's a lot of shady stuff still goes on in the sport of boxing. That's all I'm saying. So I ain't mad at Fury, Wilder, Joshua, Usyk, Whyte, Derek Chisora. And if you're a fighter that's on the low end of the pecking order, they're gonna try to screw you around the most. He said, Coach, will Billy Joe Saunders beat Plant? I don't know, fam. I don't know. To me, Billy Joe Saunders and Plant is very kind of similar to me, to be honest with you. To me, that's very similar. To me, I don't know. I would give the edge to Billy Joe because I think, damn. Caleb Plant probably got better footwork. I don't know, man. That's a 50-50 fight, to be honest. I say that's a 50-50 fight. PIMP, like I said. Yeah, you're right about that, Bless. You're right about that, Queen, for sure. He said Don King manipulated the brotherhood, made bosses feel like family. Yeah. But I say all that to say this. I get on fighters because I want to see them fight each other, right? I want to see these fighters fight each other. I get on them. I want to see these fighters fight each other. But at the same time, these fighters have to get compensated. Now, I don't know if Eddie Hearn is doing that to fighters. I don't know if Bob Arum is doing that to fighters. I haven't heard anyone say that, hey, Bob Arum promised me that I was going to get paid such and such according to the contract that I signed. And then when it was time for me to get paid, I didn't get the money. I got 30% of what I was supposed to get paid. I haven't heard that from about Bob Arum yet, to be honest with you. The Londoner said Don King crossed over to criminality and couldn't have cared less for his fighters. No, he didn't give a damn about his fighters. That is true. Javon Soto said, he said, you're going to be live for the fight, coach? Yes, I am. I will be live for the fight. We're going to talk about Jamel Herring and Shakur Stevenson tomorrow, and we will be going live Saturday. Foxing Band said, sweet hands against who, though? No, he was talking about Billy Joe Saunders. He was talking about Billy Joe Saunders on Foxing Band. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. So listen, so guys, when you see fighters trying to get the most money they can get, understand there's nothing wrong with that. Because the promoters, their job is to pay you, they're going to try to pay you the least amount of money that you can. And I'm going to explain something to you guys. Only the top guys getting paid money. The guys who are not the top guys, they getting paid peanuts, dog. Just imagine listen, check this out. Tyson Fury and Wilder had a fight, right? You know, Tyson Fury and Wilder is the creme de la creme. They're like the top of the heavyweight division. Joshua is the top. No one makes more money than Joshua in the heavyweight division. I don't think that's an argument. I can prove the receipts on that. Usyk, these guys are the top guys. They're going to get paid their money. The guys on the undercards of these fights, how much you think these guys are getting paid? Oh, this is a fanboy. I'm not even going to address that. You get what I'm saying? Like these guys on the undercards, they fight like it. They not making, like, so you got to understand when these fighters want more money, dog, like you got to understand that. Why? They got wives, they have kids, IRS getting their money off the ripple. You know that. And then they independent contractors, so the IRS don't take the money off top. The boxer is going to have to automatically find out which tax bracket he's in and set that money aside for taxes. Because he's fine. He's more than like he's an independent contractor, so he has to sign a 1099 form. You see what I'm saying? So that's what it is. He said, Don King, pound for pound GOAT promoter. You fans never see Don King put boxing on the map. Yeah, he pound for pound, he's the best promoter I've ever seen. Facts. But is he a crook in the slime ball? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. His fighters, people who fought for him will tell you that. People who fought for him will tell you that. They'll tell you that. I got countless receipts. Unless all of these fighters are lying. Unless all of them are lying. Oh, it's a conspiracy against him. So, you know, again, I like to see Dillian Whyte get paid. I like to see Trevor Bryan. Trevor Bryan is signed to Don King. We know he ain't getting paid no money. We know that. He say, Whyte is fighting Wallin, not Fury. We'll see. We'll see. Tyson was getting paid more money than any other fighter at that time, but most of it went to Don King. Again, it's not what you get paid, it's what you bring home. It's not what you get paid, it's what you keep. You know what I mean? Hell, like you could say, I just gave you a perfect example. You know, this guy, you know, he signed a contract to get paid $30 million for a fight. He signed a contract to get paid $1,000 for the fight. When the fight was over with, no, I'm gonna give you 300 of the other 700 on expenses. This is why Canelo Alvarez, you know what he told Al Heyman? Look at Al, I need 40 million, homie, guaranteed. Canelo want his fights. Canelo want his money. Halim say Trevor Bryan happy with Don King. Trevor Bryan probably living in an apartment. Trevor Bryan is probably living in a two-bedroom apartment right now, Halim. Trevor Bryan is living in a 2-bedroom apartment right now. I'm pretty sure of that. He's living in a 2-bedroom apartment right now. Trevor Bryan broke right, but he ain't got no damn money. I might be making more money than Trevor Bryan right now. And he the champ. He the WBA heavyweight champion. He the WBA heavyweight champion. I might be making more money than Trevor Bryan right now. Domingo Perez says Don King didn't go to his heavenly father, Lucifer, yet. I think that guy, he said, I thought that guy was it. No. He's still alive. He says, it's the promoter-manager combination that's dangerous. Yeah, that's why they came out with the Muhammad Ali Act. Hopefully, those boys at the PBC, they handling their money right. From what I'm hearing, Al Heyman he's supposed to be the guy that's looking out for these guys. So he's their financial advisor, and he has them on an allowance over there. So hopefully that's working out for those guys. Arlette says, Bryant lives in the studio. But to be fair, to be fair, Trevor Bryant, Arlette, shout out to the Queen, Arlette.
Hey, okay.
He has to fight somebody. Trevor Bryant ain't fought no goddamn body. And Don King, we know how he rolled, because he did this to all of his fighters. Put his arm around your shoulder. Oh, baby, we got to stick together, baby. He say, Arlette says, Trevor Bryant lives in a studio apartment with 2 other people. I wouldn't doubt that. I wouldn't doubt that. I ain't got no proof of that, but I wouldn't doubt that. The Londoner said Trevor Bryant versus Wallin. Whoo! I got Otto Wallin beating Trevor Bryant. I seen him fight. Halim said Trevor Bryant lives in a mansion in Beverly Hills. In his dreams. In his dreams, Don King got Trevor a nice spot under a bridge. Oh, man. He said, bam, bam, it's 90K arena, not 100,000. The man ain't fighting no goddamn body. Trevor Bryant ain't fighting no goddamn body. They don't even acknowledge Trevor Bryant here in America as being a heavyweight champion. Do you guys know that, right? All you guys in the UK, if you're from the United States, you know what I'm talking about. You don't hear nobody. Listen, I'm the only guy on YouTube talking about Trevor Bryant. I have talked about Trevor Bryant more than any boxing YouTube channel. Facts. I have talked about Trevor Bryant more than any boxing YouTube channel. They don't even talk about Trevor Bryant. The Alphabet Boys, they don't talk about him. Blue Bloods don't talk about him. They don't even talk about him. They don't say, well, we got our other black champion. Because, you know, they say we're supposed to get behind on the fighters because they're black. So we got our other black heavyweight champion, Trevor Bryant. They don't even get behind him. Clump Pooh says, so when are these lightweights like Haney and Cole getting it on? Some mega fights to be had. Well, we have Teofimo finally getting in the ring with Kambosos on the zone. So that's supposed to happen in November. I forgot the date. I think it's November. I forgot the date when that's supposed to happen. I don't think that fight is going to sell good. Because, Teofimo Lopez is not a draw at all. And nobody knows who the hell the Kambosos is. So I'm just calling it like it is. But Teofimo has to get this over with so that he can move on, because he's going to have to fight Lomachenko next anyways. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the next fight. Mark my words. I'm telling you tomorrow's news. I'm giving you tomorrow's news today. Teofimo Lopez, I think if he could beat Kambosos, he will be fighting Lomachenko after that fight. Mark my words. Mark my words. The Londoner says, to be fair, Haney, he is chasing Haney for that fight. To be fair to Haney, he is chasing Haney for that fight. I guess you meant to say, to be fair to Haney, he's chasing Teofimo for that fight. Yeah, but listen, that right there alone, the Londoner, that's cap. I'm gonna tell you how that's cap. Because Teofimo knows, and Bill and his father, not Teofimo, but Bill Haney and Devin Haney know goddamn well that that this guy's fighting. He's fighting Kambosos next, and then after that, more than likely, he's going to fight Lomachenko. Come on, man. He know that. He know that, dog. He know that. You see what I'm saying? He know that. So all that shit just cap. It just cap. Ben Adams said AJ should reach out to Lennox Lewis for help. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. I would love to see him. Hey, Ben, I'm with you on that. Oh, I would love to see him get with Lennox Lewis. But that ain't going to happen. That ain't going to happen. He says Loma versus Ortiz. Who you got? Woo. I picked Lomachenko to beat T.O. in the last fight. I was wrong. I was dead wrong. I'm gonna go with Teofimo this time in this fight. Until Lomachenko can beat him, I'm gonna have to go with Teofimo. He showed me something. Teofimo showed me something. I mean, be honest with you. To be honest with you. He says, T.O. ain't fighting Loma, he'll move up. But you know what? I don't know if he'll move up. Well, he's gonna do what Bob Arum tell him to do, to be honest with you. He's gonna do what Bob Arum tell him to do. But he says Lewis was a great boxer, but what makes you think anyone can transfer that to coaching? Now, I totally agree with that. Just because he was a great boxer doesn't mean he can coach. But he can learn something from Lennox Lewis, that jab. He can learn that jab, though. That jab, I would just love to see him learn that jab and just how to, you know what I mean? Because this is what I'm saying. I agree with you on that, Bon Scott. I totally agree with you on that. But just the knowledge that Lennox Lewis had learning, that he learned from Emmanuel Stewart, he can bestow that upon him. I'm not saying he's going to be a great trainer. I agree with you on that. But you can get something out of that, dog. You can get something out of that. That's all I'm saying. That jab. How to use your reach and distance. You know what I mean? And Lennox Lewis was a dirty fighter, too. He fought dirty, too. Put his weight on you, lean on you, put you in the headlock. Same thing Tyson Fury did to Deontay Wilder. Lennox Lewis used to do that, too. He was a dirty fighter. He said, Coach, now that Wilder's lost, where is Blue Blood TV? And who do they support? I have no idea. You have to ask them that question. That's a question that should be addressed to them. You know what I mean? I have no idea, brother, to be honest with you. I have no idea. He say Teofimo Lopez is a shapeshifter. He wanted to do a catch weight. Yeah. I don't see him moving up the fight. Moving up to fight Josh Taylor, at 140 because he wanted to fight him at a catch weight. He wanted to fight him at a catch weight. So I don't even see that happening. Right? He says Lennox Lewis cannot coach. I saw a video of him teaching Deontay Wilder a jab. Wilder was like, huh? What you talking about? Well, that doesn't mean that he can't coach. That just means that Wilder cannot take the teaching. He says Mike Tyson was a dirty fighter too. Yes, he was. Mike Tyson was a dirty fighter as well. I totally agree with that. All that. Holyfield was a dirty fighter too. But anyways, guys, we're gonna wrap this up, man. Let me give everybody a shout out, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat that showed up today. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Again, if Dillian Whyte is hurt, injured, can't fight, guess what? Tyson Fury, go ahead and move on and find you somebody else to fight. If the WBC changes their mind and say, hey, man, I need to, you got to fight Otto Wallin first, even though Dillian Whyte fighting Tyson Fury is not contingent upon the Otto Wallin fight, then he should take that shot if his shoulder is healed. If his shoulder is not healed, and he needs more time, then Tyson Fury should move on to fight someone else. That's how I feel about it. Other than that, if we can get that fight, I would love to see it because I want to see the best fighters fight the best fighters. Shout out to Billy Kidman. Okay. Shout out to the Queen, Bless 365. Okay. Shout out to Bon Scott and Peter Von Arks. Okay. Shout out to Jams and the Truth Seeker. Okay. Shout out to the Queen Arlette. What's happening? Okay. Shout out to Halim, that Lennox Lewis hater. Okay. Shout out to Bam Bam Unlicensed. Shout out to True Talk. Shout out to Jam. Shout out to Akon. Okay. Shout out to Bon Scott. Shout out to the Londoner. Shout out to Big Ronald Finkler. What's happening, man? Shout out to the UGC Flame as well. Okay. Shout out to Andy C in the building. Shout out to Clunk. Shout out to my brother Charlo. Okay. Shout out to who else we have? Wait, somebody sent me a chat. Somebody sent me a chat. Shout out to Bless 365, the Queen. Shout out to Domingo Perez. Shout out to the Queen Lisa Bells. Shout out to Rafi 816. Okay. Shout out to Jams. Oh yeah, shout out to Sporting Icons for clarifying that for me as well. on the video he just dropped. Shout out to the Queen, Karma Serene. Shout out to the Queen, Nick Rich. Shout out to Zadis Buchanan. Shout out to Rider of the Storm. Shout out to Wayne Love Peacock. Shout out to Brady is the GOAT. The Londoner, Tom Sellers, Javon Soto, Paul O'Leary, Bon Scott, Ben Adams. Shout out to the Truth Seeker. Shout out to my brother Halim once again, the Don King fanboy. Hey, Halim, you got to be a Don King fan. I got to give you that. Halim. You my dog. You know, I rocks with you, Halim. I rocks with you. But I've never seen a guy who was a fanboy of a promoter. Shout out to be fair. Shout out to Egg Shake Forum, Andy C. Shout out to Paul Evans. And shout out to Ava. Shout out to Jay Miller. What's going on? Shout out to Jeff Lucietta. Shout out to Tafida. Shout out to Tafida. What's going on? Shout out to Neil Simpson. Shout out to Jaja. What's happening? Shout out to George H. Shout out to who else we have? Shout out to everybody on Facebook that's watching this, and shout out to everybody on Twitter that's watching this. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. Shout out to Pugilism. What's going on? Shout out to my brother Chick. Shout out to Lucky Lopez. Shout out to everybody in the UK. Shout out to Ali62. Shout out to Tom Sellers. Shout out to Graham Taylor. Shout out to Neil Simpson. Shout out to One Punch. Shout out to Punch Perfect Boxing. Shout out to Mark Nash. I think he was here. And shout out to Major Key Boxing. I think he was here as well. Shout out to Retro Boxing and Documentaries who rolled up on the old boy as well. Shout out to, I think that's it. I think we got everybody. Shout out to John Mayfield. Shout out to Paul Evans. Shout out to Graham Taylor once again. Akon, what's happening? Shout out to Opender. What's going on, my brother? Shout out to Joe. Shout out to Lucky Lopez. Shout out to Bruce Goals. What's happening, bro? Shout out to the Queen, Bless 365 once again. Shout out to Joe. Shout out to Andy C. Shout out to the Fight Doctor. Shout out to everyone in the chat who took the time out to watch this show. I really appreciate it. You could be doing anything else in the world but watching me, and I really appreciate you taking the time out to do that. Your time is very precious, and I owe you guys a round of applause for doing this, because you could be anywhere in the world but right here watching me. Salute to everybody. We're going to be talking about Jamel Herring and Shakur Stevenson. Tomorrow's going to be a live show. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. Shout out to everybody. I'm going to go roll on over to Lady Shan's channel. I think she's interviewing Carlos Takam. See you guys 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Don't meet me there, beat me there. New Media Today USA Boxing. Shout out and cop the merch. New Media Today USA Boxing.store. Click the link in the description below. Other than that, I'm going to holler at you guys tomorrow 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.